Getting sorted out. Ah. We forget stuff sometimes. You have to be complete. You know what I mean? Okay, let me see. Don't bother with my microphone. I don't have anywhere else to hang it. So therefore, I just clip it on here. It's Sunday. It is Sunday. Jealousy is a it's jealousy. When you Google the word jealousy, there are lots of stupid people that don't understand the meaning of words. When you Google the word jealousy, there are approximately 3 people that will show up. Interpretation by image. If you tell Google, I want the meaning of the word jealousy, but I want a picture instead of scripts, graphics. 3 images you will find that will surface when you Google the word jealousy. Ajruddin, his sister, and the scripts that follow him. Okay? They defined the word jealousy. I would ask you to Google the word lies and see what you come up with. But you will come up with the same thing. So let's deal with jealousy. The question you ask yourself is, for what? There is always a motive, and the motive is often what needs to be questioned. Why? Are you jealous of the person because you can't do better than them? Are you jealous of the person because they have more charisma, better looking, intelligence, and they seem to be, their life is filled with good fortune? Are you jealous of the person because you wish you were them? Are you jealous of the person because they are not paying attention to you, as in you are attracted to the person, you like the person, you want to have sex with the person, be it a man or a woman, you might be a lesbian or homosexual, you want to have that kind of sex with the individual. So because you're not getting access to that person, the best emotional reaction you have to your disappointment is jealousy of the individual. Well, I stand by my word. If you attack Irfan Ali, the man, I take it personal. He's my brother. You fuck with Irfan, you fuck with me. If you attack President Irfan Ali, even worse, he's my president. You fuck with the president, you fuck with me. Either way. So all you losers who want to find out, I am PPP stooge, I am Jagdio, whatever, all these derogatory names and statements and associations you seem to come up with. That's the best way you can be creative. You can be creative when it comes to evil, bad, and cussing people out. That's the level of your schooling. Mohammed's group. Since that's what you think, I'll polish it for you. I'm a Jaganite. A Jaganite. Hence, I wrote a book. I wrote a book in honor of my hero, Chedi Jagan. I'm an Ali loyalist. As a result of that, I wrote a book, Prince Ali and the President. And I am so obsessed with Irfan Ali that today I decide to dress like Irfan Ali. He wore a nice shirt. You saw the thumbnail, the image there, in his kitchen, cooking basha, seasoning the basha, and talking about money. What a nice setting. The man is a genius. His advisors didn't come up with that idea. That is Ali written all over it. That is from his genius mind. He's like, hey, I don't want no fucking makeup. What? Shave for what? I'm in my kitchen. All I need is a phone with a good video and a mic that I can clip on. That's all I need. I don't need a fucking script. I don't need a teleprompter. I don't need an advisor. I am in my house, my kitchen. Okay? Before I met my wife, I cooked. I cooked for my parents, my grandparents. I cooked. Meeting my wife doesn't make me handicapped or stupid that I forgot somehow how to cook, do laundry, babysit my children, clean my house. Is that the role of a woman? To be my chef? No. I do, as president, what I've done all my life. Because I'm not going to be president forever. So why should I stop being Irfan Ali just for 10 years and become this fake person? Because I'm sitting in the office of president. I am still fucking Ali. I think like Ali. I talk like Ali. I walk like Ali. I fuck like Ali. I do everything like Ali. I'm still Irfan fucking Ali. Nothing has changed. So if I go somewhere and people are stranded, I'll go in my pocket. I'll give them what I have, because that's what Irfan does. If a friend invites me over to a feast or a wedding, I'm not going to sit with the guest. There is work to be done in the kitchen. I want to feel the heat. I want to get my hands oily. I need the smell of curry and dal all over my skin. So I'm going to the kitchen. Wherever the cooking is happening, I'm going there because they need hands in the kitchen. Because I like feeding people. I like seeing people eat because I like to eat. And I understand food makes you happy. It gives you the feeling of happiness. That's what Irfan would do before he was president. When he was a kid, why the fuck should he change? For who? And be miserable like fucking a Granger? Oh, I'm president now. Hold my umbrella for me. I can't shake your hand. No, no, no. I'm president. I'm the king. I'm he. What happens now? Where is the king? Where is the president now? Granger? What happens now? That's not Ali. Ali understand the office comes with responsibility. But at the same time, the person in the office need to stay true to himself, which is what you see in the video he made yesterday. And he told you it's Saturday, because a lot of you lunatics don't understand, because you slept out Friday night, you drink, you're pissing drunk, you're hungover, you think it's Monday. He said, no, it's Saturday. And Saturday, I'm in my home preparing fish, because I love fish. I eat fish. That's why my wife loves me, because I eat fish. I eat juicy basha fish. I eat fish. Welcome to Uncensored Guyana. I'm Dr. L. Prasad. I hope you enjoy your Saturday. Before we get into the program today, to all those people who think I am begging, they never heard me tell black people to buy my books. They only hear me saying buy my books, and they assume that I'm only talking to Indo-Guyanese around the world. Okay, fine. Indo-Guyanese around the world, buy my book. Amazon.com, all the books are available there. And you can share it with your black friend. Since I don't have the authority to tell black people to buy my books, I'm asking you to encourage them, the ones you know. I'm being sarcastic. This is the only type of speech Azruddin Mohammed and his followers understand. You got to think like them. And since I can't think at that level, I can't be backward. I have to be sarcastic. That's what my intelligence would allow me. The opportunity to be sarcastic. So a bunch of idiots like their lying leader can understand. Buy the books. Prince Ali and the President, first volume to the 7th volume. And like I said before, to my Afro brothers and sisters in Guyana and in the diaspora, I want what's best for you. And because I want what's best for you, I encourage you to go to Amazon.com. It's available in paperback and ebook. Paperback meaning this kind. You will get a solid book like this delivered to your doorstep, buying from Amazon. So I encourage my black brothers and sisters to see me as your prophet. I'm sent by God to deliver you from spiritual and mental slavery. Trust me. Believe in me. Azruddin Mohammed is not your leader. He wants what's bad for you. He wants to kill you. He wants to get you in prison. He wants to keep you in poverty, because that's the only way he can report. In the meantime, he's in Guyana, so he can hold President Irfan Ali responsible for a fictional problem. Aubrey Norton at the PNC, they have demonstrated continuously that they failed you. They failed you forever. Boredom cursed you, damned you. The only liberation you have is to believe in me, believe in my books, believe in the People's Progressive Party. Trust what I'm saying. I will not stand with evil. I will not promote evil. The fact that I stand behind a godly man who likes to cook fish in his kitchen with his house clothes, it means you can trust that. I want what's best for the African race. The Negroes. Trust the PPP, trust me, trust your president, and trust my book. Get a copy today. If that's the one investment you'll make for your life, it's worth it. Amazon.com. The paperback would be delivered just like this. This is a hard copy. This is an expensive version, but there is a cheaper version that you can get on Amazon.com, which is a paperback. But persons who order directly, they get this version. This is expensive. What more do you want in a leader? Today I want to chit chat. What more do you want in a leader? That man you have as president has done far and beyond. He has done what no other president in Guyana's history, not the leaders in the colonial time, up to Ramatar. President Ali has outshined every leader Guyana has ever had from the foundation of Guyana since slavery to now. He has outshined every one of them. And he's not done yet. He's still got 5 more years. Still got 5 more years. And so far, look at what that man has done and is doing for his country. And look at what an ungrateful portion of that country has delivered to the blessing God has provided for Guyana. They voted for a skunt. A skunt, a mother skunt they voted for. Yeah, ungrateful dog, Mohammed, Azruddin. Your name is synonymous with evil. With evil. You fucking scrapple. Azruddin. Terrible, terrible human. You're not even a human. You're terrible. You are a terrible person. You blatantly fabricated. Not the first time. I dare say, unfortunately, it's not the first time. The decent people of Win. Tabitha, I like you. I think you're decent, but you have to hustle like everybody else. Odessa Primus is a bitch. She's not decent. She's a street hustler, turned politician. It's like this prostitute that became a singer. Not Nicki Minaj. Was the other one? The other fake ass, fake boobs one? What do you call her? She does something like she's singing. She used to be a prostitute, you know, sell her body for sex. Not Nicki Minaj, but it's a I don't know, but I know of them. She's a hip hop rap singer. Anyway, it will come to my mind. She used to be a prostitute, a stripper, go to clubs, wine on men, suck on their dick, pay for sex. She was a nasty, nasty prostitute. But in the club, she used to take the mic and freestyle. And some sugar daddy thought, hey, I can make some money off this bitch. Took her and got somebody else to lip sync and use her for their own profit. And as a result of that, she got some fame, she got some money, and now she's an influencer. An influencer, she's influencing decent black women's children, decent black women who are following her online, listen to her music and things like that. Yeah, if you have a name for the person, I don't know if you guys will know who this person is, but I need to get her name. I need to get her name. Let me give me a second. She's a rapper. In a second. See, when you don't know them, you have to check something out. It's important for my subject. This is why I need to get to know what the name of this person I'm referring to. Cardi B. Cardi the bitch. Yeah, Cardi B. That prostitute. You have some niggas, female niggas. They would put their life on the line for Cardi B. They would encourage their daughters to idolize Cardi B. They lust after Cardi B. But the fact of the matter is, Cardi B is a whore, a prostitute. She used to prostitute in the streets, in the clubs. She was a nasty, nasty person. But they cleaned her up, gave her some fame, produced some videos, and now she's a goddess to dumb niggas. They follow her. And a lot is going to cost me out for what I just said, even though it is the fact. But decent, well-educated, professional black women, they ain't gonna follow them. Because black people have a tendency to be attracted to toxic environment, violence, crime, anything that has an evil tone to it, they follow that. You see, when they make movies from the ghetto, black movies, it has to be filled with violence, murder, prostitution, homosexuality, guns, drugs, because if it is a clean spiritual movie, nobody will watch it. No black person will watch it. So people like Tyler Perry, for his movies to sell, he had to incorporate homosexuality. He's a homosexual, but homosexuality and lesbianism in his films, while at the same time portraying it as a Christian thing. Otherwise, black people would not find it tasteful. It has to have some criminal element to it. This is why they lost crime. Hence, they voted for Azriddin Mohammed as against Ugly Norton. No, he's too easygoing. He's not into chaos. He's not into violence. Yeah, he is, but he's not into fake news and those kinds of stuff. No, he is too professional for us. Norton is too decent for us. Forget the face, because most black politicians are fucking ugly. So forget that. But crime, Azriddin was the guy. You like that kind of excitement. Oh, he was jailed many times, arrest warrant, fighting with the police, drugs, guns, violence. His name is called in murder, conspiracy to commit murder, to kill, to do all of these things, trafficking of women, sleeping with girls. That is tasty to them because that is what they fantasize every day. That is what the average nigger in the ghetto fantasize every day. To fuck little girls, rape boys, break into people's homes, kill their children, kill their families, rob and steal. That's what they fantasize. So any person that rises up that has that in their path or is connected and associated with that kind of life, get their support. My leader can do it, so can I. You get the point? So while Azriddin continues to fabricate stuff, to lie, to cheat, to deceive, while he continues to do that, you would think the so-called decent people around him, well, Odessa, like I said, she's like the Cardi B. You know, the Cardi bitch, Odessa's like that. So she has no standards, no morals. So you'll understand Odessa with like, fuck it. I mean, if he's a criminal, so what? She would blindly follow Adrenaline. But Tabitha, I expect better from Tabitha Haley. You, especially Tabitha Haley, I expect better from you. You have a good record. I mean, you can't be trusted. But besides that, you are a decent human being. How, to this point, with all that your boss continues to do, how the heck can you still be in that party? I mean, look, as recent as yesterday or the day before, the man blatantly coerced persons to lie on Irfan Ali. And they did it because he promised to support them if they lied. He bought the lie from people. The man is even buying lies. It's enough that he bought votes, he buys criminals, he buys assassins. Now he's buying lies. How evil can you be, Mohammed? How evil can you be to go to that extent? You're using every unfortunate tragedy as it's cocaine that you sniff on. You wait for a chaos so you can spin it. And if it doesn't go your way, you pay people to say, hey, you got to say this. This is the only way I can help you. You have to say this, and this is what you need to say. From the two persons who died at sea. No fault of the government or anybody. These are two adults who unfortunately lost their lives. He spun that to turn the blacks against Ali. The situation where the police was in pursuit of a criminal, a suspect, and because the person resisted arrest, shots was fired, and the individual got a hit in his stomach. That is Ali's fault. They have a whole community vigil for that. Now we have an unfortunate case where a child, a sweet, loving, beautiful child. When I saw videos of this child playing with puppies. You know what it's like for somebody to have an inclination to like puppies, dogs? There are not much in the human race that likes animals, but there are two groups of people that I know that are dedicated to the service to animals. They're East Indians and Caucasians. Indian people and white people. They have a reverence for animals. They protect animals. They serve animals. Animals are sacred to them. And when I say Indians, I mean Hindus. Hindus and white people. Not Chinese. Definitely not black people. So when you have these two groups and you have a 7-year-old from one of the groups dedicating, devoting, and serving animals, puppies, helpless puppies, it showed you the character of that boy and what the possibilities were in his far future. Boys like that, children like that, with that kind of caring, all they think about is, how can I care more for people? The fact that he was taking care of that old woman who was disabled, he was probably fantasizing, when I get older, I'm going to become a doctor so I can help people like my grandmother or like my great aunt, whoever it is, in this condition. I can help animals that can't help themselves. That is what he probably was thinking, to get into medicine, to become a doctor. Reasons why you find over the world over, most doctors on earth are Indians. You have 8 billion people. If you have 100 million doctors, 80 million are Indians. It's a fact. I'm making stuff up. It's a fact. And of the 80 million, most are Hindus. They come from Hindu background, the Indian doctors. Because it is a cultural thing to have love for nature, love for animals, love for people. It is a requirement from Hinduism, of Hinduism. You have to. This is why it comes naturally for Indians and Hindus to want peace. Peace all the time. Serve humanity, give people food, give them clothing, help them with money, whatever way you can, because it's a requirement from the Hindu religion. So if you are raised as a Hindu, more likely than not, you find them going into that field. Science, technology, medicine, because it comes from a care in nature. And there you find this sweet, sweet child, a boy to be size, had his life robbed of him just because somebody saw a house, know that that house is occupied by a disabled woman and a child who is not usually there. They saw an opportunity to get into the house, maybe rape the grandmother, steal whatever she has, the pension or the cash grant or whatever it is. And they saw an obstacle. And the best way they had to deal with the obstacle is to murder it so it wouldn't talk. But that it happened to be a child who could have been a doctor, a politician, or a future president. And the best thing, that evil motherfucker, Ajudi Mohammed, you should lock your pussy ass self somewhere and never surface again, is to manipulate relatives to that dead child to lie on Ali for your own political score. The fact that you didn't show up there until after everything was done. Because I called you out on my previous show that you didn't show up. You mentioned nothing about it. You were focused on something that you can get mileage on. But you could not blame that death of the child on Ali. It wasn't any matter of importance. But afterwards you realize that, oh, the other politicians are going down there, like the PNC, APNU, you're like, shit, you're late. Then you went down there pretending and coerced the people to lie about the government and then telling people what to say. Look, any crime scene, wherever a crime occurs, until the entire area is processed, until the initial works is done, that place is barricaded. Police line is there. You cannot go in there until it is entirely processed. They're done with the investigation as it relates to that location. Then they can deliver it to whoever else had it. If it was a vehicle and a murder happened in a vehicle, they would take possession of the vehicle. It usually takes, depending on the nature of it, months, sometimes weeks, for the person to get the vehicle. If it's in a building, the room that it occurred is sealed off. That murder took place in a small building. We don't know what part of the building this happened. If it's a hall, the kitchen, we don't know. It is procedure for detectives to seal the building. That is procedure. It is not for the government. It is not for the government, Ministry of Social Services, to come in and take relatives who were not living in that building and put them up somewhere. It was not for the ministry to do that. A murder happened by virtue of home invasion. The police cordoned the place off, put the ribbon, no cross, no entry. Usually they will have a police around the area to see that nobody violates that. That is standard procedure. So the man, the father of the child, who might be told to put on a performance that the police is not giving him access to the building, it just, okay. It just happened. Your son was just murdered. Your mother was almost murdered. It just happened. It's not a week. The people are busy. The law, the police are busy with their job. They're processing the place. They corded it off because if they need to go back for anything, it is not tampered with. You have other place you need to stay at other places because you weren't living there. Mohammed is going to come and, yeah, and if it was PPP people, if it was their friends, they wouldn't have done it. Yes, they would have. They would have. Because the government don't investigate. The police do. And everybody in the eyes of the law is a citizen. You either be a suspect or a citizen. The procedure is followed in every case, regardless. But the performance is good for him. His agenda is to show prejudice, discrimination. So he wasn't satisfied. Maybe somebody told him, no, Ajruddin, this is standard procedure. The man can't access the building because this is what happens. All right? Maybe he wasn't aware of that, but you should have told him that, no, this is how it happens. You can't go into the building. The police has to finish their work, and it will take maybe a week, maybe longer. But in the meantime, nobody can access the building. That is standard procedure. But since he's an idiot and he's a dumb opposition leader who is not aware himself because he paid his way all his life, doesn't know how things happen, he would encourage the man to make it look as though it's discrimination. Discrimination. So that was not enough. He got the relative to lie and say they had to sleep on the road because the Ministry of Social Services did not step in to help them. Why the fuck should they? Were they homeless? No. Something unfortunate happened. Could have been a flood. Could have been a fire that got to the building. Then what? Then what? So I'm thanking the relative, the brother, or whoever came out and say, no, Mohammed, it's not true. It's not true. They didn't sleep on the road. They slept at family's house. I know because I was there. And he still didn't correct it. They called him out for his lies again. And he does what he does best. Gaslight. Trying to tell the people that they're lying. That Ali paid whoever to come and say, the victim who said what they said is lying. Just so he can score political points. But I've warned you before, Ajruddin, since you're that stupid, you don't understand, I've warned you. You have lost the confidence of the black people. You don't have that anymore. They have regretted that they betrayed their own people to vote for you. The blacks regretted they did that. Every time you open your mouth, Azriddin, you embarrass the decent blacks who allow their emotions to get the best of them. You embarrass them. They can't believe they actually put an X on something that started just 2 months before. They trusted. They can't believe they did not listen, pay attention to the news, to all the people who warned them and said, don't do that. Their hatred because of the racism that was instilled in them, that they haven't been shed from them. Even though a lot of them are Christians, baptism did not get rid of that toxic part of them that is racist in nature. Not even Jesus delivered them from that. So they voted for Win. They're not truly racist. Because if they were racist, they would not have voted for another Indo-Guyanese. Since they want to avoid voting for an Indo-Guyanese, don't vote for Indians, but yet you voted for one. And he's the worst of the Indians. It would have been better if you want to play a racist to say, well, I don't like Norton, but I prefer to vote for Norton than to vote for another Indian. So you're not racist. You're just stupid. You're just stupid. And your emotions got the best of you. Now look at you. You are regretting. All of you are regretting. All you got to do now is unfollow Azriddin. Unfollow his page. But you won't do that. You like the gossip. You like the drama, the excitements. You like the lies. And you like to know people react a certain way to call him out for it. It's like nice theater for you. You enjoy that. And while you are enjoying that, and you're conspiring to push all these negativity towards your government, while the president fried his basha, you know what I enjoyed? Karas. It's a yellow fish. I haven't seen it in years. Karas. Curry. My folks used to, I'm going to say my folks, I have two sets of folks. The Indian side. I mean, they knew I like karas, so always I get the karas. Curry, karas, curry. Curry karas. Some okra inside of it and some little potato here and there. Man, I would eat that every day. Every day. I enjoy the dal and curry chicken, curry karas. I never like the crab. They know I don't like crab, but shrimp and karas, fried basha, fried bangameri. Yeah. I used to get that regularly. Every day I can eat curry. If I'm cooking myself, it's curry every day. Yeah, it was what I can cook, you know, my thing. So the president is there in his kitchen, being Irfan Ali, and instead of you focusing on the great news that he's delivering, money, 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 money. Instead of focusing on that, these so-called these so-called wannabe prostitutes are getting excited by the man's chest. You don't think men have tits also? Yeah. The difference with a man's tits and a woman's tits is that a woman's tits is designed for milk to flow. It is developed in such a way that a child can live, can eat and live. So the breast has tissues for milk to build, to go there. And it's called breast, which is about feeding. Men have chests, muscles. But all of those, it has come together. And where it is where it ends, the ending of the chest, which is pulled together, that little circle and all those things around, it's the same thing like a woman. The difference is a woman is protruded because she has a purpose for that. The purpose of a man's chest is whatever purpose he wants to use it for. Some men like when they're fucking, the woman suck on their, because it's sensitive. The same sensitivity a woman has with her boobs and her tits, the same sensitivity a man has. So if you want a man to climax quick and he can have an orgasm, not just to come, break and come, no, if you want him to really explode while he is fucking, if you can reach in whatever position you can position him or he can position himself, and your lips, your warm lips can make contact with his tits, heaven on fucking earth for him. And for you, the woman, the sensation of sucking on his tits and seeing how he's gripping you or how he's reacting, that gets you more excited. And you also speeds up your orgasm by virtue of sucking on his tits and he's fucking you harder. So they're looking at Ali and they're lusting. My gosh, if I can get tits like that in my mouth, imagine how he's going to explode. I'm going to suck on that presidential tit. I'm going to suck on it. Why can't he cover up? Because he's getting me horny. They couldn't keep it to themselves and be quiet about it because nobody knew he's getting them excited. Nobody knew that. They had to come out and talk. One of them, many of them, I got react for many of them, but they had to make comments on it because it got them excited. Watching the man's chest and fantasizing, wow, if a lesbian can look this good with those tits and she has a real dick, imagine what these prostitutes will do. But no, this is a man who is straight, who happens to be the most powerful man in the country, the president, in his kitchen, talking about money to Guyanese people, those who hate him and those who love him, everybody, while at the same time preparing Basha to serve his household. And not just his wife and children. There were other people there. Usually there are other people there. You understand? To serve everybody. All they focus on is how wet he made them with the shirt he wore. Why couldn't he wear something bigger? What the fuck bigger? Isn't that big enough? That's the man's body structure. If he goes to the gym and he hardens his chest, you think that's going to reduce the size of his tits? It wouldn't. That's biology. That's how the man's body structure is. I don't have those sizes. I mean, I wish I don't have it. Because I've always been, so mine is all taken up in muscles. So President Irfan Ali, bravo. You made me wear a shirt today. Because I thought maybe I'll look as sexy as you, and I'll have some women saying, why couldn't he wear his suits? Well, what's wrong with the suits? It's Sunday, it's the first day of the week. You could wear your suits. Why you had to wear a shirt and it's tight? It's not tight. Look, there's space. Because what? Because it's so unprofessional. You couldn't wear your suits because no, Ali, I wouldn't get that reaction. Because my tits are not as big as yours. And I'm not the president. They ain't got no pump for men. You want to get your tits bigger? It's like, men don't have that. So again, to you idiots from WIN, your boss, Ajruddin, he has a homosexual body. A homosexual body. Women don't lust after homosexuals. They don't. Because they know homosexuals don't like pussy. Women like men who like women. Women will lust on real men who just want to fling them up and fuck them under. Homosexuals don't do that. So straight men, they'll get the reaction from women. They want to see the roughness. They want to see, like, yeah, this is a slam bam. I come, man. Your boss, Azradin, he is far. He is years from what you see in Ali. Years. So of course, he would ask you people to make comments and to react to Ali's appearance. But he has always been that way. It's not the first time. It's not the first time. From wherever, Ali just dressed how he dresses. The man don't wear suits. Why does he need to wear a suit to tell Guyanese that the bank is soon to be open? Tell me why. Why does he need a special press conference when everybody is on social media? Everybody is on social media. Nobody watches television anymore. The television is their phone. Everybody is on social media. So why does President Irfan Ali has to get a special press conference to invite a bunch of low-life so-called reporters like Chase and Mosley and these others to come and tell them that the bank is soon to be open, where Guyanese can go and get loans, no interest, no requirement, from 3, 5, 10 million, whatever it is. He needs that just to say that. No, he could be driving and making a live stream saying that. He could be doing his tricycle. He could be in bed and tell his wife, honey, I'm going to do a live right now. She's like, what? I'm not, no, don't worry, baby. Turn your back. I'll just focus on me. He could be anywhere doing anything and making that video. It just happened that it came up with his mind. He was spontaneous. Hey, shit, I'm busy doing this thing. Let me just connect with my people. Let them see that here I still cook. I need to talk about this bank issue. So let me just do it now. Hey, hold this camera for me. Steady it. Steady the camera. Come on, don't act like an amateur. Just hold the camera. Okay, folks, I'm making this fish basha, one of our favorite fish here. But this is not about, I'm not here to tell you how I cook because you know I like to cook. I'm here to tell you that we're soon to have the bank ready that we promised we're going to do so Guyanese can have access to interest-free loans, amongst other stuff. And I thought, let me make this video and tell you. It's Saturday. Every day I'm the president, not just Monday to Friday. I am Granger. I am Ali. And Ali is Ali 24/7. They missed the message. So I'll just repeat it. Guyanese, your president has done what he always does. Tell you good and great news. If you pay attention to what's not important, you miss the blessing. So I'm saying to you, you have missed the blessing of the good news because those of you who are so freaky in your mind, you're perverts, you saw the man's body in what you call a tight shirt and your pussy got wet. And for the men who call themselves straight and even comment on that, their ass start to itch. Yeah. You missed the blessing. The blessing was, this bank is soon to be opened and all you niggas can go get your loans. You gotta wait on cash grant now. Go get your loans and you can finance whatever business you need to. Even the PNC followers and the WIN followers are going to benefit from that. That's basically what he was trying to say. You focus on something else. So we mourn that young man. I haven't gotten any developments as to if the person was caught, person or persons were caught. But I've said before, and I stand by that. Zealot, the neighborhood there in Zealot, if you know who this person is, get him before the police does. Because if the police gets him, it's a whole drama. They gotta prove that he did it. And you never know if there's somebody behind it. If maybe Ajudin is one of his scraps or scrapes, he can well pay to kill the story so that this person wouldn't face justice, and then they can be around to do his bidding. They owe him a favor. So if you know, as the grandmother said, somebody tall and slim, if you know that person resembles somebody that is familiar in the neighborhood, or you have seen them around that time in the morning time, or you can picture whoever the person might be, ask around, help your neighbor, come together, find out who the person is that did that, and deliver justice for Aftab. Deliver swift justice for that child. It must never, ever, no one should have that idea that they should take the life of another person, much less a child as sweet as Aftab. Never again. Find them or him and deliver justice for that child. The government would not be talking about the death penalty. I'll be talking about it. These murderers deserve the death penalty. Give them the death penalty for their crimes. When they kill people, give them the death penalty for their crimes. If they injure people, they destroy, disfigure people, give them the adequate punishment for their crime. All of this thuggery and this gangsterism has to stop. It has to stop. And if you don't stand up and stop it, politicians would not take you serious. When you start having vigilante justice, you will see how quick the death penalty will become a law. You want the death penalty to become a law? You want robbers, thieves, gangsters to face just penalty by law? Become vigilante justice. You will see how quick the state will say, hey, shit, okay. We need to address this because we don't want the citizens taking the matter into their own hands and delivering justice. Let's pass laws, so let the law do it. Until you do that, you will not get the state to enact the law so the police themselves can do it. Let's get to some of your comments before I wrap things up for today. Ryan says, tell Mohammed to change his Slack Bokta. Slag Bokta. Okay, Slag Bokta would be, Bokta is underwear. When it is slack, it means it doesn't sit properly. Well, the definition of somebody who their pants or their brief or their underwear or their boxers can't sit on them properly. One, they don't have the size of penis to hold it up, and they have an iron board for an ass. And yes, that defines Ajudin. You look at him how he walks to spread his leg to keep his bokta suspended. He has to, because if he stands like this, it falls straight. There's nothing to hold it up. So I think it fits him. Slack bokta. Bagmati Singh says, Bagmati, is it saying? Those people couldn't say anything to the PNC APNU government. Those ungrateful ones would never be thankful for all the good the PPP is doing for them. Of course not. They want more cash grant. Okay, let's see. Nina Singh says he is doing a video on a bank in Guyana. Yeah, I think that's the bank that the government was busy with, so that Guyanese can access loans at 0% and different levels of loans, so they can start businesses, build homes, and things like that. And so all of it is getting into bringing into existence, because promises made are promises kept. And this is it's not the first year. It's not the first year. It's not even a year. September, October, November, December, January, February. Yeah. And all these things already are being achieved. Imagine if Ali achieved all of these things in 1 year, what else is left in the next 4 years? He has to now pull things out of his head. Because if he's going to fulfill the manifesto promises in 1 year, 4 years, what is remaining? He's going to build the bridge across Suriname to Guyana and pay for it himself. Build the Berbice Bridge. What? Build houses for every Guyanese citizen. He can do that in 2 years. Then what happened the next 2 years? You see how fast the man is working while he's cooking basha and being normal in his house? That's his house. That's not State House. That is Ali's kitchen. It's not State House. And you don't need to be a president to have a kitchen like that. You don't need to. That's normal. You build your house, you have a kitchen, you have a vent for your stove, you have a vent for. It's standard. It comes with when you build your home. These things don't require a president or a millionaire. It's basic home building, home construction, kitchen design. It's basic. And that's not State House. That's the man's house. That's his kitchen. And I thought some of you Negroes say that Ali don't like black people in his house. I mean, the person who was there, doesn't he look like he's mixed? He ain't Indian. Yeah, I hear these things, Ali don't like black people in his house. Ali this, Ali that. But black people are always in the man's kitchen. All the time. In his house. All the time. So I don't get it. You actually believe that stuff? Please go on Amazon, buy a copy of the book, Prince Ali and the President. And for those of you who still want to make donations via Zelle, in the description, you go to the description on this live, and the information to the Zelle account is there, the number and everything. If you want to wire via Western Union, the information is there. You can make contact. You can send me a text via Facebook or any of the platform and say, I want to support, I want to connect and to do my part to help your platform or to help your work. Then please do that. But I would prefer that you get something for whatever you're supporting. And my gift for your contributions would be for you to go on Amazon and get a copy of the book. Because I cannot directly meet you, but you can just go on Amazon. Right now you can do that. And just go on the page, see which book you like, you want to try it, you want to read it, and just go buy it. That's my gift to you. And your funds go directly to the Durga Foundation. That Amazon account is connected to the Durga Foundation, and all the funds go into the account of the foundation. It doesn't come to me. If you want to support me directly, then you have to do that via Western Union or MoneyGram. But when it comes to my books, I have dedicated all the resources, all the sales from the 7 books to the Durga Foundation. I've done that. And I'm not running for president. I don't know yet. If I have to run for president just to get the capital punishment laws to bring back hanging and whipping and putting their balls in the drawer and locking the drawer and beating their asses, if I have to get to be president to do that, so be it. But I believe Irfan Ali and the government, Nandalal and the People's Progressive Party structure, I believe they are going to do the right thing and make sure they have the laws now that will protect this generation and future generations to come. Because remember, the PNC will never again, never, absolutely never see the seat of government in Guyana ever. So we are stuck forever with the People's Progressive Party. All we need them to do is to have laws to protect their citizens. That's all we need. Okay. Until next time. Goodbye.